than we did you. But I would say if both of y'all ask me out for dinner, I'm going with her first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I would too. Shout out to Jade, man. If I get to go after Jade, that's such an awesome. So what a pleasure. What a pleasure. I appreciate it.
Man. You know, nothing but A-class celebrities on this show,
dude.
pal.
She is not CGI'd. She is definitely she is that cut in person. It's amazing.
You could see a six-pack through the shirt. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, she's shout out to Jade, man.
Word. I like it. Rashad Beard joining us here on the show. Let's go with this, pal. Not that both of us last week just kind of worked on the assumption that the Carolina Panthers were going to go up to Lambeau Field and get their asses whipped, but they won the game, Rashad. I don't know if anybody told you yet, but the Panthers won the game on the road at the Packers. Just talk me through this one because you go look and it's 16-13. The stats aren't particularly beautiful. Rico Dowdle had a day. BY was, statistically not great. I think he was smart with the football, but nothing electrifying. Walk me through your thoughts on that win over the Packers.
I mean, what a pleasant surprise. I mean, I love that we're competitive. We mucked that game up. And that's what it's all about. That's Panther football so far this year, is making a game dirty, nasty, ugly. And when we're able to do that successfessly, it comes out great. And we were able to win that game. Great defense. We put Jordan Love in some compromising situations. Man, it's just a great game. Rico is still doing Rico things. And I came up here, and I said, yeah, Chuba's going to be all right. He needs time to get going, but I was obviously wrong. And you got to feed Rico, and Rico is he is the offense. As Rico goes, the Carolina Panthers go. And so I'm happy. It's a really, really good win, a statement win for the Carolina Panthers, as nobody expected us to win that game. And I think maybe Green Bay got caught slipping a little bit, probably played down, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it's a great win for the Carolina Panthers.
You know what an awesome thing it is when I turned on the game and heard that Rico Dowdle was starting, and the coach said, "Hey, you got to." He had to make the change, and it was a good move. And I agree, Chuba's good, but Rico's got the hot hand this year, and he was that good last year. So and he stayed healthy, and hopefully continues to. I know he's got a hamstring maybe, but looking forward to this week and them handing the ball even more.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this week too, because it's gonna be. Yes.
Oh, wait a minute! I forgot who they were playing.
Who that said they're gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Yeah. Who that?
Y'all having fun? Y'all having a good time?
Oh, we're
enjoying this. Everybody enjoying this.
Yeah, we are.
All right, cool. I was gonna sit here and just kind of toss you some oops to talk about your team, and now you just got to make it personal. And
you did. I did that. That wasn't him.
Yeah, no, I was talking to both of you at the same time. All right. So, what do you take from that game? You're playing a one-win Saints team, a team that just switched quarterbacks to Tyler Shuck, a team that just traded their, I don't want to say most talented, because I think it's Olave, Rashad Beard, but I also think Chris Olave's checked out this year. Like, he's just not that dude. Rashid was kind of the most trustworthy wide receiver you have, so there's nobody to take the lid off the Panther defense. I think you can pin the ears back. Like, I feel about this game the way that you felt about last game, which is like, can we just get out of here without embarrassing our damn selves? But I will also say this, 2 games back of Tampa Bay at this point, Tampa Bay looks beatable. The New England Patriots are a 7-win football team. Again, they don't look incredible, but they're a good football team. If Tampa Bay takes the L to New England, Carolina gets the dub, you are 1 game back, and the Bucs are kind of reeling a little bit. Rashad, I will simply say this. This game goes from a game every year that I'm talking smack and whatnot about to this year. It's like, y'all better have expectations for this game, and you better live up to them, because if this game gets away from you, it kind of feels like the rest of the season could follow.
Well, shucks, Rob, I agree.
Don't you shucks me, you son of a...
I agree. I think you're right. I think this is a game that, we got embarrassed. We got embarrassed against the Bills, and I talked about and we're not the Louvre, and the Bills came in there and robbed us. So we got to protect the house. We got to protect the bank. And this is, I wouldn't say it's a trap game per se, because I don't believe in trap games. I believe all divisional games are up for grabs, right? So you have to respect the opponent. You don't want to get caught slipping. You don't want to get caught playing down to your competition, because you will get beat no matter who the quarterback is, even shucks. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think sorry, Rob, I had to. But yeah, I think, again, this is a winnable game. We should win this game. On paper, I think we're going to be able to pin our ears back. Like you said, I think this is a game where our rookie pass rushers can really cut their teeth and kind of show off what they're capable of. Princely's going to be back. We're getting healthier, right? I know Rico had a little bit of hammy. I think he's back at practice, though. So I think we're going to be fine. We're going to be able to run the football on you all. The defense is not as good as it was in the past. Cam Jordan is getting old, and I cannot wait to run right at him. Personally, I do not like that guy. So I just can't wait. I think it's a really good game, a statement game for us to go out there and apply foot to neck and show that we are a competitive team and should be in contention for the division.
This is a rivalry game. I mean, is it as intense a rivalry as Saints-Falcons, as Panthers-Falcons? No, but it is a rivalry game. And, it's kind of one of those spots, Rashad, where there's still pride in the Saints locker room. It's not showing up on the scoreboard. It's not showing up in the record book. And especially after you send Trevor Penning out of town, Rashid Shaheed, I would not be shocked to see a few more guys get jettisoned at the end of the year. Honestly, I think Alvin Kamara would have been on the trade block, except he's made it very clear he just wants to be a Saint for life, and he's not going to take anything to go anywhere, or I think he'd have been out there, whatever. That being said, these are the types of games where I hate the cliche, throw the record books out the window, but that's kind of what it is, right? This is the type of game that nobody in New Orleans that is going to have a helmet on Sunday is going to be like, yeah, we're tanking. That's not a thing NFL players do.
To win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game.
Thank you, Mike. This is kind of one of those games where yeah, you should win. You're the better team. Everything's going in your favor, but you better come out and play disciplined football and get it right, or they can shock you. And again, I don't think that while you're in a good spot, you're 2 games back, a real good opportunity to make that 1 game back by the end of the weekend. It's also the type of game, Rashad, that if you are not playing disciplined football, they'll sneak up on you. They sneak up on you. It kind of kills you for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I don't know that. Yeah, I agree. I don't know that it'll kill us for the rest of the season per se, because I do like the way that the Panthers bounced back against the Bills, right? We could have mailed it in after we got destroyed by the Bills, but they bounced back and they fought a very, very good, hard fight in Green Bay to get the W. So I don't know that it's going to destroy our season. I think this team is resilient. I think they're showing that week in and week out. I think they believe in Canales. They're playing well. I think they're starting to get a little bit of confidence in them week to week, a little bit of swagger. The locker room feels a little bit different. Things are good in Carolina, man. And it feels good. I'm going to be honest. This is kind of rare territory for me. I haven't been able to feel this way in such a long time. We have a winning record. Potentially could be 2 games above 500 after this week. And I'm trying to take it 1 game at a time without getting ahead of myself. I'm sure the Panthers themselves feel the same way, right? We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, get too confident, because like you said, we could get smacked in the face and get shucked by the New Orleans Saints. You know what I mean? So we don't want that to happen. So
I like that one.
We got to go out there and definitely show up and not take anyone lightly, because it is a division game for sure.
I like that one a hell of a lot better than I like all shucks.
Yeah, I've learned some. I don't know why I didn't think of this stuff because usually, I don't know if you knew this, I'm kind of a smart aleck. Mm-hmm. I cannot believe that I didn't think of all this. Rashad has taught me 2 now. So
that's unfortunate for me.
Which yes, it is.
Unfortunate for me. Rashad Beard of the Panther Nation podcast with it for a few more minutes here on the Rob Brown Show and the Fan Upstate. Listen, let me be real clear. When I said the rest of the season, Rashad, I didn't mean in terms of up and down of the team, getting dubs, whatever. I'm talking about you guys are a bona fide playoff contender right now, right? This is a bona fide playoff contender. Now, do I think the Panthers are ready to make a run to the Super Bowl? No. Do I think you're inside the best 3 or 4 teams in the NFC? No. But I do think that making a run just to get into the playoffs, which I think would require you to win the NFC South. I don't think there's a wild card spot for anybody in the division, but you win the NFC South, it changes everything. It changes the attitude in the locker room. It makes you much more of a free agent destination when you get to the offseason. There's a lot impacted. I've had a couple of people, why would you care about going to the playoffs if you can't win the Super Bowl? Well, because there's all these other intangibles that come along with it. My point here, I think, Rashad, is a loss to the Saints here, especially when you still have another road trip down to New Orleans on December 14th. A loss here to me kind of derails that to some point. Like, I think you need to end Sunday night within one of Tampa Bay, because the closer you let them get to having Evans and Godwin back and Baker have his full complement back, if you haven't caught them by then, that's where it kind of goes off the skids. Like, these types of games that are the winnable games, the Saints game, the Atlanta game, in fact, honestly, like, that might be it as far as like, these are your should win games. You don't have the margin of error to let those go if you want to win the South, if for no other reason than to make yourself be able to in the offseason say, hey, we're a playoff team, so Trey Hendrickson, why don't you come on down?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I do believe that you got to win the games you're supposed to win, and maybe sneak a couple that you're not supposed to win, like the Green Bay game for sure. So I think at this point we're playing good football. I think we can compete with anybody, we can beat anybody, and anybody can beat us. You know what I mean? It's one of those. Again, it's one of those things where I'm not trying to get too far ahead of myself and claim that we're a playoff team or going to win the division. Just the one game at a time. Let's see how it goes. And I believe that the Panthers are now in a situation. And again, I can't believe I'm saying this. I haven't felt like this in a long time, but we're actually dictating how teams play against us, right? We have something that needs to be stopped, right? You have to stop Rico, right? And when you have to focus in on Rico, it opens up the field for everybody else, right? You're going to start to get T-Mac involved. You're going to start to get Xavier Legette involved. You're going to start to get Coker involved. And so now you're starting to see the coaching really come out to play. And so I think, man, we're in a good spot. I think it's really a good spot for the Carolina Panthers. Like you said, we do need to get this W at home against the New Orleans Saints. They're a beatable team, a one-win team. We should win this game. We should not get caught slipping if we have eyes on the playoffs. I don't think anybody in the fan base is expecting playoffs this year. I think that the fan base is really, hey, just get us to 8 and 9, get us to 9, get us close to 8 wins as possible. And I think the fan base will be satisfied. I think anybody would be okay with that. But the closer we get to it and you start to taste it, I think the fan base will get hungry. And so we're almost there. You kind of just want to dip the toe in the water, but not quite. So we'll see. We'll see.
No, I get it. The Saints won their Super Bowl in 2009, and I said for years, like, oh, if we get one, I'll be a happy fan for the rest of my life. I'm not, dog. I'm not. Like, I want another one. All right? It just is what it is.
But that's how I feel, though. Just give me one Super Bowl, and I'll never complain again.
You will, but I understand it.
I promise.
All right. Let me ask you one more football question, and then one more question about the deadline, and then we'll get you out of here. The Panthers on a 4-game win streak now when Bryce Young starts. The 1L was the Buffalo game. Andy Dalton got that nod. Here's the thing, and you and I have talked about this a few times, but I want to see now with a 4-game win streak behind you, the perspective you're looking at it through. In those 4 games, like, there's no games where BY's going off for 330 and 3 touchdowns, right? They're all, 125, 140 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, smart with the football. I said coming in this year, like, Bryce Young's got the accuracy, but it, to me, is about being efficient out of the quarterback spot as he continues to grow. That's what you've gotten out of the guy. I look at the Packers stat line. You look at it on paper, it doesn't look all that impressive, but you got the dub. Where are you with Bryce Young? Do you think this is an opportunity for Carolina to open up the playbook a little bit for him? Or do you just kind of stick with, hey, man, look, we're going to have you throw it 22 times. We need you to get us 120 yards and a touchdown, and we're good with it?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to isolate Bryce Young and talk about Bryce Young, but it's impossible to talk about Bryce Young as a player individually without talking about what's around him, right?
Sure.
You talk about the defense. I think the defense is the biggest help for Bryce Young, right? You're getting the positions where he doesn't have to be Superman. He doesn't have to take over games. The defense is turning over the football. They're getting the football back in good, field position. The special teams area is helping out a lot. And then you talk about Rico. Like, Rico is keeping the down and distance short, so where he doesn't have to go out there in his 3rd and 8 and force a football into tight windows and make a mistake. So everything around Bryce is what's making Bryce be great. And that's what every quarterback needs. That I'm not specifically targeting Bryce Young and saying he's nothing without, or he can't elevate the players around him. What I'm saying is, everything around Bryce Young is helping Bryce Young be the best Bryce Young he can be, right? He doesn't have to be Superman. He doesn't have to take over games. You don't have to put the team on your back and throw it for 34 times a game and then put yourself in a situation where you're putting the ball at risk in harm's way. You know what I mean? So I feel like Bryce is doing a great job managing the game. We talked, when Cam Newton was calling guys game managers, That's what Bryce Young is. He's a really good game manager. He's not turning the football over as much as he was in the past, right? He's got the run game going. And when Rico is running for 150 plus, it makes life a lot easier for Bryce Young. And so it all boils down to that. Bryce he's hitting guys that are open, guys are catching the football. These are things that were not happening last year. We didn't have the run game last year. We didn't have a good defense last year. And now those things have flipped. And now you're starting to see Bryce Young be successful.
I respect it. All right. Give me a 60-second thought. Nothing at the trade deadline. Shocking, unsurprising.
Not surprising at all. I think the Carolina Panthers they're feeling like me. I think when you talk about the front office, they're like, hey, man, we're okay. I think let's see what we have in our young guys. We're not in a situation where we think we're one player away from the playoffs or the Super Bowl run. So we don't have to do that. I think we have really good cap space going into next year. We've got to start to focus on taking care of our own guys next year. So I don't think there's a need for us to go out there and get a pass rusher or anybody else. I think you got Princely. Let's see what we have in those guys. They're never going to get the opportunity if you continue to trade for guys and put guys ahead of them. So let's see what we have in Princely. Let's see what we have in Scourton. Our linebacking core with switching Trevin Wallace and Roseboom has been great. Those guys are now playing better. So you don't have to go out there and get additional guys. You know what I mean? So we're good. You know what I mean? I think we're in a good spot talent-wise. Let's coach what we have. Let's see what we have. And then next year you can kind of put yourself in a position to be a player in the free agent market.
Come on, you can't pass it.
Roseboom. It's my favorite name in football. I have unfortunate news, Rashad, which is this will be the first Saints at Panthers game that I will not attend in person since I moved here. That's only because in 2 weeks, the wife surprised me with tickets to go down to New Orleans and watch Saints Falcons, and I had to pick. And while I love you, dog, I'm going back to my home in the Dome. That being said, Saints figure out how to win this game. I might drive my ass up Sunday night to come drink that liquor in person, buddy.
Man, we'll see. We'll see about that. Let's make it happen. We'll make it happen for sure.
Rashad Beard, host of the Panther Nation podcast. Follow them on X at Panther Nation PC. More importantly, get at them on the YouTube channel. They are live. They put up content all the time. And if you're a Panther fan, you will not find any better anywhere else. My guy, appreciate it, brother. Good to have you back. We'll talk to you next week, and one of us is going to be sad.
Yeah, it won't be me.
Keep pounding. Oh, shucks. Rashad Beard, Panther Nation podcast, Denton Day of SiriusXM's College Football Overtime next to break down the college football weekend on the Rob Brown Show and the Fan Upstate.